Hi, it's Randy Burke, CEO of DCS Global, speaking about the power of data in cleaning performance. The reality there's very little of it. Um, you need, in fact, to collect most of it yourself in and around your company or with other service providers, or in fact, we have data that we can share. But it starts with really cleaning quality. What are the scores, Apple levels or ISSA scores, and where's the opportunity to improve? When you look at cleaning inspections, most cleaning quality control software will allow you to do some drill downs in terms of where the deficiencies are, how repetitive they are, the severity of them. Clearly, you're looking for washrooms and common areas as your high priority areas. So pull that data together. You may be surprised what you see, and there may be some quick fixes that you can put into place fairly quickly. Cost per square foot is an important measure. Having said that, it really is a challenge to do comparative cost per square foot data between other buildings. There are so many variables. How much day staff is included? What kind of amenities are in the building? Whether it's a conference center, fitness. Also consumables. Are they included in your core price? So level set those variables so that you have a real comparable in cost per square foot. It also should be mentioned that the smaller buildings typically have a higher cost per square foot because the setup and the takedown of the cleaners, which take time, adds cost on a higher level comparative to a larger building. Productivity rates are how fast the cleaners are actually cleaning. And in a typical office space, you're looking between, and often it's breakdown into light duty and heavy duty, but light duty typically can get around 6, 7, even 800,000 square feet an hour. Heavy duty typically is about 20,000 square feet an hour. So when you combine them, you're really looking in between 4 and 5,000 square feet per hour, all labor, all hours in. So that's what we call productivity rates. Vacancy rates are important in that vacancy rates are designed to be on vacant office space only. They should not be 100% of the cost per square foot, because overhead, profit, supervision, equipment, those are steady state costs that should be taken out of the overall price before you divide it by the square feet. So how you use the data is equally important. Certainly you want to share your cleaning inspections, but as I mentioned earlier, drilling down is going to be important in seeing where the opportunity is. In fact, you could be over cleaning in some areas. So yeah, look at where the opportunity is for improving overall quality and balancing quality. Budgeting, of course. We have in most of the areas a lot of unionized contracts, so the collective bargaining agreement is often several years ahead on the wage rates and benefits for the staff, which is a good guideline. So yeah, and look to your service provider, or in fact, you can engage studies to look forward as to what your overall costs are going to be doing in the near future. Of course, it may be in 3 years, two years or so since you've gone to market. Maybe it is time to go to RFP, even if you are looking to stay with your existing service provider. Often we get engaged to do contract renegotiations, which we use comparative numbers from other buildings in your area, and it gives us a good guideline going forward. And then, yeah, well, contract negotiations are just that. You want as much information as you can get to bring to the negotiating table so that you're negotiating from a knowledge base. Data sources, for sure, the BOMA Experience Exchange Report has some good data, but actually very poor data on cleaning. BSCAI, Building Service Contractors Association International, has some great reports on cleaning. So you should be able to tap into that through your service provider. Same thing as the International Sanitary Supply Association. Less specific information, but they have had some great studies, and that'd be worth looking at. And then, of course, we've got a fair amount of data, happy to provide and support you. So yeah, going forward, we've got 4 more sessions, as you can see, and we look forward to that educational material with you. And we always like to thank you for joining and some of our associations that we're part of. Thank you.